And joining me on the ward now is the head of communication, advocacy and marketing, World Food Program, West Central Africa, Judge Fominyen. Good to have you join us on TVC News this hour. Now, what more can you tell us about this predicted impact of COVID-19 on food production and supply?
Thank you very much, Precious. And what's important to note here is that we have in the world today already there are a lot of people, there are millions of people who find themselves in facing acute hunger. These are people who are living in areas where there is a lot of conflict. These are people who live in places where there are climate related shortages to food. And there are also people who are living in economically difficult and challenging circumstances. Now, when you have those circumstances already, and then you add to that the challenges which come with the health pandemic that we're facing with the coronavirus, that's COVID-19, and for people who are already vulnerable, then it is really, really difficult. It could be quite devastating for some people.
All right, so we know that 21,000 people already die from hunger every day, and COVID-19 could make it worse. So what can governments do now to ensure that we avert some sort of famine?
That's a very important question, and that's something which I believe that all the governments in the world and the international community is looking at very seriously, and that's why we were raising the alarm through the executive director of the World Food Program the other day when he was speaking to the Security Council. It is important at this time to, first of all, continue the response to those people, to provide support and assistance to those people who are already very vulnerable because they are refugees, they are internally displaced people, maybe they are facing economic challenges, they are facing these climate shocks that I talked about. Then secondly, it is important that governments and the international community considers that that they should create allowances for the movement of cargo, the movement of supplies, the movement of humanitarian goods as well, so that people, while we are trying to fight COVID, we are also having that space, that allowance for people to be served so that people can have access. Then there is a third aspect, which is for governments and for communities worldwide to look at social protection and safety nets, which can be useful to be able to accommodate the socio-economic impact that you'd have as a result of us as a world community trying to get together to fight COVID.
All right, the head of communication, advocacy and marketing, World Food Program, West Central Africa, Judge Fominyen, many thanks for talking to TVC News.